Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they made it to shore. These bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright blood-red colour. Never before have you seen a lizard such as this. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
Pleased to make my acquaintance, are you? I see your short-term memory fails you where mine does not. Why, only a few hours ago, I saw you skulk about that ship like a lost child in search of its mother. But you weren't a lost child, were you? You weren't an innocent at all. Word has reached me, you see, through a very sour grapevine indeed, that you turned your back on your fellow passengers. Left so much easier, isn't it, to look out for oneself alone? Of course I did. Takes more than some oversized cuttlefish to get the better of me. Besides, you'll find I wasn't complaining. I was making a point. About oneself. Alone. So, if there's nothing further... Out of the mouths of babes. A couple of children survive the ordeal with their tattletale tongues in perfect working order. I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing at...
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Memories. Quite so.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this far, I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. Yes, but these weren't castles in the sky, were they? Quite obviously, I was musing over the very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? Well, more's the damn pity, isn't it? For I am the Red Prince, the all-conqueror, The world tamer. The spouse of the sun. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have. Truly. A kind offer indeed. Even if it comes from the very person that left me and others to rot on a sinking ship. You do look able, though. Despite your selfish tendencies. Tendencies to which I'm no stranger. Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer, one of our kind's revered mystics. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. Jolly good. The undead? Like your good self, you mean? Come now, did you really think a handful of linen towels can fool me? But don't worry. I have studied the arcane arts for years, including necromancy and demonology. I do not hold the petty prejudices of common folks. In fact, I prefer the exceptional in all things. Your secret is safe with me. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out, it goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? not take my elegance as a mask for frailty. My blows shatter shields, and my thrusts pierce armor. If a warrior you need, the warrior you'll have. I offered the perfection of the blade, and you seek the perfection of the blade. How fortuitous. Very well. Onwards, then, to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, My Lord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off. Yes, by all means, let us partake in the art of conversation. Happy, are you? And that is the truth? How curious to leave someone to fend for themselves, yet here I suppose that puppy-eager expression of yours could be read as sincerity. Very well, then. Not that it matters. There was something truly. How intriguing. To hear a voice whilst drowning is a... Still.
He hesitates.
Are you a religious person? A pity. Religious person. As for myself, I perform the ancient rites of prayer and ceremony with a kind of After all, when one is revered by many as a living god oneself...
A black cat. Some would see this as an omen.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity.
What? How did I get... Hey, stop following me. Huh? Yeah, fine. I'm fine. I'm not sure. It's all a little foggy.
The cat opens his mouth as if to speak, but his eyes lose focus, and with a jerk he turns away from you. The cat's eyes are clouded.
What's going on?
Hey, mister. It's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh? Sure wish more of us could have been saved. Though, I did see one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago, so I guess some of them survived at least. Adults always want to talk. Can't I just play here with my shells a while?
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come!
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes...
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be the fate of our realm. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness.
I believe we're done here.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
The Lizard Magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
The cat's eyes are clouded.
Did you see him? You did, right? Those claws. Wonder what's behind the masks, too. Can't be pretty. That Magister, that was Bishop Alexander, leader of the Divine Order, and his right hand, Dallas. How do you not know this? Better get to it, then. A Magister will come and find you when they're ready for you. Could be a while, though. We're up to our hoods in sinners these days.
Yes, by all means, let us partake in the art of conversation. I intend to rule an empire one day, not a tiny outcropping in the sea, lording over gulls and guppy fish. To that end, I suggest we focus on the obvious. A farewell to Fort Joy and a hello to the mainland. Of course, I'd much appreciate it if we managed to find a dreamer first. There isn't much to say, but for the fact that I simply must. It's the portent of it all. I can feel it. The revelation will be... and justified it is too. You'll be as certain as the sun, such is my conviction. I will be, then grow beyond being.
got my eye on you, Scaly. Don't try any of that sauce business on my watch, or I'll do to you what the hammer did to that traitor. And I don't appreciate your kind conjuring up these horrors from gods know how deep. But we've got to live with each other, ain't we? For now. During the time of Lucian, of course. Who wouldn't join up with God himself? It was all glory, all goodness. When we lost him, well, it only made sense to see his will through. Can't for certain. But I reckon when God himself gives his life to protect you, you don't waste the gift. You protect it with everything you've got. So that's what we do. Lucian gave his life to protect Rivellon. Fort Joy ain't no summer camp. No one said it were.
I don't need bread. I want no trouble.
Bread or brisket, toes the same.
Your grift teaches you to bully others. Pathetic.
You keep his name out of your mouth, you filthy cunt chewer.
An odd-looking young woman is staring intently at the statue to the divine, fingers curled rigidly at her sides. Greyish-black veins run from her eyes down her cheeks. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours, dark pupils dilated into great black voids. Light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to pinkish flesh, and her whole body relaxes.
Hi, who are you, some guy? I'm Losa. Pleased to meet you.
You keep his name out of your Right, God, will you quit dragging this on? Plain that hard, let's see. Just hand over the goal.
I've given a few shows around Reaper's Coast. Might be you saw a poster or a flyer. Might be you even heard about the, incident. Well, I was giving this concert up on Overlook Hill. There was a great crowd. They were really feeling it. But I guess it was too good. I had me a little sauce flare-up. Everyone went a bit, I don't know, wild, rabid. I snapped out of it before anyone got hurt, but the Magisters caught me backstage afterwards. Really? Are you hospitable too? it like this. You've never been a host, I bet. That's because you're an infested clump of leaves on the side of the road. That ain't bad, though. I'd give just about anything to be like you. But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front, friendly lady at the door beckoning you in for half price. Like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied. Now, isn't that just the question of the hour? I can't be sure just yet. I'll be surprised if it's a demon. Definitely not a sprite either. Maybe a spectre, but I wouldn't bet money on it. So, how are you enjoying the joy? Yeah? I was just thinking the same. So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that. And don't worry, by the by. I forgive you for leaving me to drown on that ship.
Your grift teaches you to bully others. Pathetic. You keep his name out of your mouth, you filthy cud chewer. Have your cud. Disgusting. Just like all your kind.
Disgusting like threats.
Right, God. Will you quit dragging this on? Ain't that hard, Lexi? Just hand over the gold. Oh, not.
Maybe. Maybe not. In any case, it hasn't stopped me from thinking it would be a good idea to travel together. What do you say? It does, right? Before we head out, I've got more than a few tricks up my sleeve, so you'll have to pick which one I'll pull out if... when push comes to shove. Lately I've been into the enchanting arts, but I can shoot, slash, summon, steal, whatever your little black heart desires. So, what'll it be? Sounds fine. So, we're good to go? Yeah? Well, that was easier than I thought. And I'll do my best to stay myself. Lead the way. Well, no, or I wouldn't have joined up with you, would I? Don't worry. I'm sure your get-up will fool most people hook, line, and sinker. I'm sensitive. Knew who you were the moment you rolled up. So don't worry, and lead the way, your deadliness.
You keep his name. Cud chewer.
Have your cud.
Disgusting. Just like all your kind.
Disgusting like theft. Disgusting like threats.
Grave God, will you quit dragging this on? Ain't that hard, Lexi? Just hand over the gold.
Hey. Hi. Easy. I'd say we get out of this place. Don't know how long they plan to keep us here, but I'd rather not find out.
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
Irma, where are you, darling?
Pipe down,
He hasn't
Flora.
changed a bit.
It's time to accept reality. She's gone, Farah.
I told him I'd know
Gone.
exactly. Didn't I? Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
Where are you, darling?
Farah. She ain't coming back.
Irma!
Farah. She ain't coming back. Farah. She ain't coming back.
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
I'm not mad, darling. I'm not mad. Sweetheart?
Come on,
Pipe
old man.
down, Farah.
I can't wait
It's
all
time
day.
to accept reality.
I'm not mad, darling. I'm not mad. Sweetheart?
She's gone, Farah. Gone!
He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
Irma? Irma?
Pipe down, Farah. It's time to accept reality.
I told him I'd known exactly.
I'm not mad.
Didn't I?
Sweetheart?
Pipe down, Farah. It's time to accept reality.
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your fifth blue chest of this round.
Come
I'm
on,
not
old
mad,
man.
darling. I'm
I
not
can't
mad.
wait all day.
Sweetheart? Please, I'm sorry, but you must leave. My baby's terrified of lizards. She may be hiding from you even now. Irma? Irma, darling, are you here? Please, sweetheart. Where are you? Thank you.
Right hand, my winker. Fella's got more right hands than an octopus.
Oh, 10 bottles of mead, 1,000 bottles of dust, 50 bottles of tears, oh,
source so dangerous.
make the hinges rust.
So Void Woken are attracted to Source. But why? When another divine arises, will Source change back? What if...
Say, I don't know the ancient empire ditties. Got nothing spicy enough to keep my mind off this place for a few bars. Don't break your head vain now. Been that long since you've been home, has it? Yeah, pity. Pity.
The Kin's brow knits together, then apart and back again. He seems to be swimming deep in his thoughts and doesn't look up as you approach.
Oh, 10 bottles of mead, 1,000 bottles of dust,
Hmm? What? Oh, kin. New, are you? Very good, very good. Make yourself at home. My mind? What else, kin? I'm wondering why. All of this. Source, the Voidwoken, the Divine. Why? Naturally. How could one not? We've used source. How can it be that it suddenly summons these horrors from the void? And when will Alexander ascend to divinity? We cannot continue like this. When another divine, he's much better off. Will source change back?
Leave it, Sam. I won't say it again.
Come on, chap. Don't be unreasonable. Better even to puke yourself to death than get purged, don't you think? You should be happy for Greed.
What did you say?
That's what happened, isn't it?
Bleeding snake.
Now, let's not get nasty. Greed's better off, I'm sure. Please, excuse us.
You're talking to me, not him, Sam.
Oh, for the love of Lucian, Balladeer. You're acting like a madman.
Say it again. What you said about my wife. Go on. Piss off. Go on, Sam.
Well, it's the truth, and you know it. She's better off. So what if it was messy? I'd rather puke myself to death 1,000 times than let the Reds get to me. If she were my—
A flat smile twitches across Balladeer's...
She never did like you. Wouldn't know a thing about you and I, Gretty.
The man looks for a moment at the corpse at his feet, then turns back toward the nearly finished coffin, bloodied hammer in hand.
Murder's a big word. And no, this here's a bed for someone 1,000 times better than that snake. Rest her soul. Only a coward will let someone talk about their soulmate like that. Or maybe it is murder. Maybe not all killing's as bad as arrest, though.
He nods at you and turns back to his handiwork. He lines up another nail and hammers it into the panel.
Bastard.
He taps hammer to nail and doesn't... He taps hammer to nail and doesn't look up. He taps Hamilton.
Ha! I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead. Them that pay the bills, of course. I'll be a rich man when you're 6 feet under. Time's up, Your Highness. Let's dance. It's stabbing time.
these assassins are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really. That was rather fun, wasn't it? I do find it ever so invigorating to cut a cutthroat's throat. Oh, one gets used to this kind of thing so quickly. This is hardly the first time someone's filled some poor fool's purse and bid him kill the prince. I'll tell you what, though. Whomever wants me out of the picture will have to do a lot better if they seek to get the better of me. All those bumblers they've sent...